Okay, so you're not clarifying. So you stand by that statement. So you're the Secretary of Defense. The things you say matter. And your response here, right now, makes it clear to the American people exactly why you are not right for this job.
It makes it clear.
This is not a policy disagreement. This is a United States Senator looking the Secretary of Defense in the eye and exposing the rot behind Trump's war machine. Mark Kelly is not asking about slogans. He is asking about missiles, stockpiles, costs, strategy, law. And what does Pete Hegseth do? He dodges, he deflects, he hides behind talking points while American weapons are burned through at staggering speed. This is the contradiction. They celebrate the explosions, they post the videos, they brag about the strikes, but when asked what it costs, what it achieves, and how long it takes to replace what they fired, the answer collapses. This is not strength. This is reckless power without accountability. And the first clip shows exactly how Kelly traps him with his own words.
Since the start of this war, you've made it a point to highlight the number of strikes the U.S. military is carrying out, citing that more than 13,000 targets had been struck as of April 8th. On March 2nd, you said, and this is a quote, "This was a massive, overwhelming attack across all domains of warfare, striking more than 1,000 targets in the first 24 hours. On March 10th, you said, "Yet again, our most intense day of strikes inside of Iran." On April 6th, you said, and this is another quote, "The largest volume of strikes since day one of this operation." Your department has released video after video of things blowing up. None of us doubt the strength of the U.S. military and their ability to do hard things. I understand that better than anybody. The questions we should be asking and answering are, what does this cost us and what does it achieve for the American people? Many of these strikes use our best weapons, and we're using a lot of them and a lot of interceptors. Open source reporting has estimated that the military has used an outrageous number of Patriots. I'm not even going to say the numbers, but a lot of Patriots, a lot of THAAD rounds, JASSM-ER, Tomahawks, very expensive, exquisite. We can't make these munitions overnight, and it's clear from your budget request that you know that. Can you tell us how many years specifically is it going to take to replace these systems?
Senator, thank you for the question. I would defer to the comptroller on the amount because I think it's a lot higher than 53. If you look at long-range fires, JASSMs, LRASMs, Tomahawks, we're looking at $238 billion.
Okay,
we're looking at $40 billion for hypersonic. So I actually think it's closer to $330 billion in munitions.
Okay, how many years to replenish? That's the question.
I think that's exactly the right question, too, Senator, because the time frame we were existing under was unacceptable.
Okay, well,
and what this budget does, months and years, fast.
Years.
I mean, we're building new plants in real time.
So just to replace what we have expended.
I said months.
And then you said years.
It depends on the weapon system, but 2 to 3, 4x of what we have today. Okay. So yes, we're dealing with a reality under the previous administration of what they sent to Ukraine and what they allocated elsewhere.
Okay, I got it. So we fired years worth of munitions. And it is clear that these are being expended to try to achieve some objectives. That was the plan. But, Mr. Secretary, this war is stuck. The Strait of Hormuz is closed. The Iranian regime is in place. The nuclear material still in their hands. Americans are being crushed by higher costs. And it's not clear to them at all what the goal of this war is.
That is the part they never want on camera. Not the explosions, not the military footage, not the victory language, the cost. Kelly just pulled the curtain back. And what was behind it? A war machine burning through America's most critical weapons, while the Secretary of Defense cannot give the country a clear answer on how long it takes to replace them. That is not a small problem. That is not a budgeting detail. That is a national security crisis, because these are not fireworks. These are Patriots, Tomahawks, interceptors, precision weapons. The arsenal America may need tomorrow, now being spent today in a war war that Kelly says is still stuck. And that is the contradiction. They bragged about the strikes. They celebrated the targets. They released video after video of things blowing up. But the regime is still there. The nuclear material is still there. The Strait of Hormuz is closed, and Americans are paying more. So what was the plan? That is the question Hegseth cannot escape. Because power without a goal is not strength. It is chaos. And now Kelly turns to something even worse than the missing strategy. He turns to the words Hegseth used to describe this war. No quarter, no mercy. This is where the hearing stops being about money. This is where it becomes about whether the man running the Pentagon understands the moral and legal line he is standing on.
So, I've got about a minute, and I want to go to another topic. I saw your hearing yesterday, and I'm going to give you one more chance to address a question here. It's my understanding that the definition of no quarter is that legitimate offers of surrender will be refused or that detainees will be executed. Is that your understanding of the definition?
The only entity that would kill detainees or target civilians is the Iranians, and they're the ones being crushed.
So
it's the Iranian military and their military capabilities.
The question is,
I disagree completely with your articulation.
No, do you understand the definition that I just read you? Because that's the definition from your department's Law of War manual. Is that your understanding? And I'm going to just get to the point here.
We fight to win and we follow the law, Senator.
Okay, so your quote was, "We will keep pushing, keep advancing, no quarter, no mercy for our enemies." And yesterday, you did not clarify whether you stand by this statement. So I'm going to give you another opportunity to clarify if that is what you meant. Do you stand by that statement you made on March 13th?
We have untied the hands of our warfighters. We fight to win, and we follow the law.
Okay, so you're not clarifying. So you stand by that statement. So you're the Secretary of Defense. The things you say matter. And your response here, right now, makes it clear to the American people exactly why you are not right for this job.
It makes it clear to our enemies, Senator.
There it is, the verdict. Pete Hegseth had the chance to clean it up. He had the chance to clarify. He had the chance to say clearly that American forces do not refuse surrender, do not execute detainees, and do not turn war into revenge. But he did not. He dodged. He tried to answer with strength, but the question was law. He tried to answer with slogans, but the question was morality. He tried to point at Iran, but the question was his own words. And that is why Kelly's final line hit so hard. The things you say matter because they do. When the Secretary of Defense speaks, soldiers hear it, commanders hear it, enemies hear it, allies hear it, the entire world hears it. His words are not random. They are not casual. They are not just tough guy noise for the cameras. They become signals. And when the man in charge of the most powerful military on earth refuses to explain a phrase like no quarter, that is not toughness. That is danger. This hearing exposed the whole thing. A war sold through explosions, a stockpile drained without a clear result, a public paying the price, a secretary hiding behind slogans, and a senator forcing the truth into the room. This was not accountability theater. This was a warning. If Hegseth cannot answer for the weapons he is spending, cannot explain the war he is selling, and cannot clarify the words coming out of his own mouth, then Kelly is right. He is not right for this job.